For generations, Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum has been a staple for families to visit for fun and games all throughout the year. And unfortunately, in recent months, some changes in the city of Farmington Hills with a planned unit development on that property mean that Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum is going to be closing. And if it's going to remain open, it's going to have to move. Farmington Hills City Council voting unanimously on Monday, according to the Detroit Free Press, to allow the strip mall's owners that currently house Marvin's to replace the building with a new grocery store, presumed to be a new location for Meijer. Residents of the city have been fighting for the Farmington Hills staple for months, including a change.org petition that has well over 50,000 signatures. But now the future of Marvin's is up in question. They do plan to stay in business at least through the end of the year, hopefully, depending on how this progress moves forward. At many of these meetings over the past several months, we've heard from residents from throughout not only Farmington Hills, but surrounding areas, including one from right here in West Bloomfield, who joins us now on the Splash Live. Emily Meretsky is with us. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you on, as this has struck a chord with you as it has with so many others in our local community. Let's just start off with Marvin's in general. What does that place mean to you and to your family?
Marvin's is a really special place to me and my family. I'm a child of divorce, and Marvin's is where my dad would take me when he would come in from Windsor every other day to hang out with me for an hour or two, to give my mom a break, but also to get his visitation in. So that's just where it started for me. And then not even that, with it being originally from Tally Hall, where my parents used to hang out, which is even cooler. And it's a staple of the community. You have to support small businesses, but at the same time, it's got a lot of sentimental value, and that's the best part.
And so when you heard that this location was going to possibly be at risk of closure with a planned unit development in Farmington Hills, what was your initial reaction before you ultimately spoke at a city council meeting?
I cried. I'm not going to lie. I cried. I was angry. We don't need another Meijer there. There are 4 different Meijer locations within 20 minutes of that exact location. It's not needed. There's a Whole Foods across the street. There's an Aldi on the other side. It's not needed.
And so with the news now that it's going to ultimately leave that location and possibly have to move just to stay open, and all indications at this time are that Marvin's team over there is going to pursue moving its location, not shuttering the business altogether. Where do you want to see it go?
Out of Farmington Hills and out of that area mainly. I'm so angry that they're making them move, but it's got to have some sort of historic power to make them not be able to have to move. West Bloomfield would be great. I also think for some reason it would do really well in Detroit, possibly. But that's really it. The only other thing I can think of, but just to keep it where it is.
Yeah, because this has been a business that so many people from across Metro Detroit, really even beyond Metro Detroit, have come to our local area for in years past. So many people speaking out in support of Marvin's in recent months, even dating back to November when this story first came about, and those first initial planning commission meetings where people were speaking out about this started to come up. Emily Meretsky is with us. She is a West Bloomfield resident, one of the many people that went to these meetings over the past several months to speak in support of Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum. And so, Emily, as we approach presumably the end of 2024 later on this year, and the end of Marvin's run at its current location, its original location, how will you commemorate that and participate in these final months?
I will definitely be going there and hanging out probably every Sunday until the end of the year. But otherwise, just looking back at the memories I have and cherishing them for the rest of my life.
Well, Emily, we appreciate you joining us to give us your insight on this, as it has a special connection not only to people in Farmington Hills, but to nearby cities, especially here in West Bloomfield. And as someone that also grew up in this township and also went to Marvin's many, many times with my family, and others on our team also telling me about that earlier on this week as we talked about this story. We appreciate your time, appreciate your insight. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.